All right, what's up, YouTube? Okay, wow, I'm really excited about this, and I've been meaning to make a video about it for a while now, or since it was announced about 2 or 3 days ago. The Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao, Jeff Horn fight coming up. Actually, it's going to be like July 1st here in the States and July 2nd in Australia because of the time difference. But the big question was what network? Okay, where are they going to put the fight? I mean, Showtime? No. HBO? Looks like Bob Arum in Top Rank. They're parting ways with HBO. I think they're tired of a lot of things, the politics, the corruption, the money. There's just a lot of things, and there's a lot of history with Bob Arum and HBO. So basically Bob Arum, he's been on the prowl. Where am I going to put on these fights? I've got all these guys, like I got Loma, I got Pacquiao, I got Crawford. I've got all these big stars. Where the hell are we going to put them? Well, we've got our answer now, ESPN. Okay, and look, I like it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I like it because, this reminds me of back in the day, like when I was growing up and they had fight nights, Friday night fight nights on ESPN. And, and he was asked, Bob Arum was asked, well, is this going to be like a Premier Boxing Champions? Because remember, the PBC, they were on ESPN. They were everywhere on Spike TV. I think at one point they were on the BET, Black Entertainment Network. I don't know. They were just all over the place. So it will be exclusive to ESPN, and also it's an inclusive program, meaning, it's not going to be like Premier Boxing Champions where only those stablemates can fight each other. Basically, you got all Al Heyman fighters fighting on, Premier Boxing Champions. This is going to be, because we know right now, Golden Boy Promotion, they also have a deal working with ESPN. So it looks like ESPN is going to take over boxing. Not take over, but take over HBO's role in boxing. This is not good for HBO because you look at Showtime. Look, they just had Danny Garcia and Thurman. Right now they got Broner, Mikey Garcia coming up. They've had something like 17 non-pay-per-view fights this year that could have been pay-per-view, a bunch of title fights, like 3 unification fights. Showtime is kicking ass right now. Showtime is spanking HBO, and now, as if they need another black eye, now ESPN is going to host, the top ranked fighters. So man, I'm really excited about it, and it's free. Okay, hit the brakes, back up. The Pacquiao Jeff Horn fight coming up, completely free. Okay, now the last time Pacquiao had a fight, a non-pay-per-view fight, was like 12 years ago. Okay, so this is great news. This is great news for boxing. I've thought they've needed to do something like this for a very long time. But let me read you a couple of articles here right here. Pacquiao fight to air on free TV, first time in 12 years. Wow. I'm really, really excited about this. So it was officially announced by ESPN and Top Rank that Manny Pacquiao's defense of the WBO welterweight title from Brisbane, Australia, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Bob Arum, the head of Top Rank, believes that Pac-Man is a perfect fighter to showcase on this stage. I believe so because obviously Pacquiao is a big star, blah, 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 blah. Let me get into where they talk about. What's up, Gennady Golovkin? Okay, they were talking about, are other promoters going to be allowed, to come in and fight top-ranked guys on ESPN? He says, this is certainly not our plan, talking about, well, right there he's talking about Premier Boxing Champions, where they want to keep it like this in-house, they want to monopolize boxing. We want to make it inclusive. We want to do what we can to help who are promoting other fights and so forth. There's plenty of room in boxing for everybody, okay? I really like that. Now, listen to this. Okay, the July 1st card, dubbed the Battle of Brisbane, that's the Pacquiao Horn, is the first in a series of top-ranked promoted events scheduled to air on ESPN. The second edition, slated for August 5th, with rising pound-for-pound star Vasily Lomachenko, will look to avenge his one professional loss against Orlando Salido. So, think about this, okay? You got Manny Pacquiao on the first, show, right, to kick it off. And then on the second show, you got Loma defending his one and only loss against Salido. Does it get any better? Not for Top Rank. Not for Top Rank. So, Yeah, it was officially announced. ESPN. Yeah, this is where they're talking. I don't want to read it all. You guys can hit pause. If you want to. You want to read it, but with a huge audience, July 1st. That's the way to start. Veteran promoter who says the deal which will see more fights from Top Ranks on various ESPN Disney platforms. And you have to remember, ESPN is owned by Disney, was engineered and executed by Ton DeBoeuf and president of Top Rank. So, wow, this is great news. Because in my mind, I'm like, where are they going to put the fight? Like, it's coming up in just a couple of months here, a few months, right? So now, and I kind of knew. I was like, well, it's got to be like ESPN. I had a couple other ideas in mind, maybe like Fox, like, I don't know, but I'm glad they got it worked out, because ultimately they probably would have had to gone with their tail between their legs back to HBO and put it on pay-per-view, and then you guys get robbed. So, and I think, what? I think it is time that Manny Pacquiao, did a non-pay-per-view fight. He's made just hundreds of millions of dollars, literally hundreds of millions of dollars on pay-per-views. I heard he pays $600 a week, $600 a week on car washes. That's what I heard. I just read an article about Manny Pacquiao. The dude has so much money. So, I'm glad that, they're doing this. And remember, they originally labeled the whole thing as a farewell tour for Manny Pacquiao. And right now, they're talking about, and even Bob Arum said, look, by the end of 2017 or the beginning of 2018, Pacquiao will face Terrence Crawford, so he's going to end his career with the Terrence Crawford. So and here, look, is Pacquiao fading? Yeah, a little bit, but it doesn't matter though. Look what he just did to a pound-for-pound Bradley. Right? Look what he just did to a young, prime, hungry Vargas, okay? Pacquiao's not done. He's got a long ways to go. So, I'm excited. I just want to throw that out there. HBO out of the picture. Showtime kicking ass. And now we got, Top Rank Boxing on ESPN and Golden Boy on ESPN. So, I like that. I like this. This is what boxing needs. So, I can't see any downside to this, other than if they just start putting everything on a pay-per-view platform on ESPN. That's the only downside I see. So leave your comment below. What do you guys think? I think it's great.